Hi guys, welcome back to Heritage Hollow Homestead. Yeah, you care? She doesn't even care. So today I have got to go pull the rest of my carrots. I pulled this one a little bit while ago. It's looking pretty good. So I'm gonna go pull my carrots, and we are going to be talking all about how a rabbit, even if it's just one pet rabbit, in our case for now, how a rabbit can benefit your garden. All of the perks to using rabbit manure versus chickens or goats or horses or cows, and it's pretty impressive what they can do. And BunBun here is a major help in the garden, and she really did help me grow the carrots that I'm about to go pull, and the radishes, and a lot of other stuff. So I'm gonna do that. I just wanted to pull her on here for a minute. She's just the cutest. She's about 8 years old actually. And she is just the sweetest, fluffiest little thing. But she actually does bring a lot of value to our home, both as companionship as well as she helps me out a lot in the garden. She's just a really fun little friend to have around. So BunBun, you ready to go pull some carrots? Okay. Hey guys, so I'm out here in the garden and I'm going to be pulling my carrots. The number one reason why I'm pulling these today is because when I came out here early this morning, it was about 7:38, a whole little family of rabbits has actually been nesting in my carrots. I don't know if you can see like that hole right there. They're like literally making holes, and I don't want to sacrifice any more of my carrots or radishes. I've been in my arugula, several things that they have been in. And so I want to go ahead and pull what all I can, because I wasn't really doing this to feed the other bunnies, maybe BunBun, but not the rest of them. So I'm going to be pulling these behind me, and I'm going to talk about the benefits of using rabbit pellets for in your garden, okay? So I'm going to set this down, and while I'm pulling carrots, we'll talk about it. Okay guys, so here are my carrots. These are what I'm going to be pulling, and they had me thinking about the thought of pulling carrots and rabbits. You know, they kind of go together. Oh, there's the first one. Look at that, gorgeous. That had me thinking about the fact that we do use a lot of rabbit pellets, droppings, manure, whatever you want to call it. We use a lot of those in our garden. Oh, what a strange little carrot. Look at that guy. Oh, what happened there? And rabbit manure is super interesting and easy to use in the garden because it has it's really unique compared to any other kind of manure. So the first thing is that rabbit manure does not need to be composted before. It is not a hot manure. So whenever if you have chickens or cows or horses or anything like that, you probably know that you have to, if you put those manures directly onto your garden, it would burn up your plants. It's just hot, and so it needs to be composted down for a while before you can use it. Well, rabbit manure does not have to be composted at all. It can be put directly onto your garden space, and I am sorry, there are always planes above me. So I'm going to try to let this go past. We live close to a small private airport, and so they're just out all the time. Oh, there's another little carrot. It's getting late in the year, and a couple of freezes will really kill off the top of my carrots, and so while I had planned on leaving these out here for another week or two, for the most part I think they're okay to pull. Anyway, now that the plane is gone. So with rabbit manure, you do not need to compost it. I put it directly into my garden and work it in. And that alone is just so nice to be able to clean out our rabbit cage, and I bring it directly out here, and I put it on something. That's just how I do it. And I don't put it on things like leafy greens, which I've mentioned this before, things that I'm going to be harvesting from really soon, but things like these carrots, I put it on things that are growing of that nature. Man, that rabbit has really eaten a lot of the tops off. And so I know that there are still carrots down in here, but the rabbit has eaten the greens off, so I'm gonna have to get a pitchfork in order to get a lot of these carrots out. It's kind of aggravating. The rabbit that was in my garden first thing this morning, apparently been out here for a few days. Anyway, so rabbit manure can be put directly onto your garden. Does not need to be composted. So rabbit manure is really high in nitrogen, very high in nitrogen, and it does nitrogen are the things that really produce a lot of you need that for your green growth. So like green beans, you need a lot of nitrogen in the soil to go with those. Another thing that rabbit manure is really high in is phosphorus. And phosphorus, what it does is it helps your plants not be so stressed, and it also is just really great for root growth. Okay, so phosphorus is very high in phosphorus. And the other thing that rabbit manure is really high in and really great, reason why it's really great for your garden, I'm sorry, I'm trying to not break this off, is it is really high in potassium. And potassium is very important for your plants, and it helps your plants be able to fight off disease. So it is very high in potassium, and you're going to get really good fruit quality with when you have higher amounts of potassium in your soil. In fact, if you don't have potassium, you're really not going to get any fruit. So rabbit manure is going to be really, really good for that. Sorry, I'm trying so hard to get these loosened up and they're not wanting to come out. Another benefit of rabbit manure is that it's not super stinky. It's not hard to deal with like a lot of other manures are. The rabbit's urine stinks a little bit, but the actual manure, it doesn't really have any smell at all. So that is another huge benefit to using that. A lot of people raise rabbits for meat. They're great for that. But we actually just have our one little pet bunny, and she does a great job. I clean out her cage a couple of times a week, and I get a lot of manure just from that one. So I can't even imagine how much I would get from if I had mini rabbits. But I did look it up to see how much manure a rabbit can produce in 1 year. And it says that for one doe, which is a girl rabbit, and her babies, one doe and her babies can produce up to a ton of manure, 1 ton of manure in 1 year. So for the urban homesteader or backyard grower, that would be amazing to have that much manure in such a tiny space. Oh my gosh, it's a good carrot. I know there's a lot more of these, but the tops have been eaten off by this rogue rabbit, so I won't be able to pull those yet. So it doesn't stink. They produce a lot of it. And you know, rabbits are great pets as long as you get one that is very docile. We've had some that could be very aggressive. Our females have always been, we've had a lot better time with females. And actually the one that we have has been fixed. And that is one of the reasons why she is old. They live a lot longer. If you're wanting a rabbit for a pet, they will live a lot longer if they are fixed. She was given to us, and that's how she came. So and because of that, her hormones don't fluctuate a lot, and she's very, very docile. Really fun. Rabbits are just a really fun pet too, and you can actually potty train them. And I know people may not believe that, but it is actually true. You can potty train them to a litter box just like a cat. Ours never makes them. If my daughter gets her out and lets her play for a while, she never makes a mess in the house ever. As long as she has her litter box available, which is weird. I don't let her out anywhere in the house because I don't want her to chew up wires or anything important because they love to chew. But she does go up to my daughter's room, and she has never made any messes. So let's see here. So I also wanted to just talk about in comparison to, so I already talked about the fact that it doesn't stink nearly as much as keeping chicken manure around, or cow manure, or horse manure, or any of that. Another huge benefit to rabbit manure is that it is 2 times as rich as chicken manure. So not only does it not stink, it's easier to compost because you just throw it directly on your garden even while things are growing. It's actually twice as rich as chicken manure, and get this, it's 4 times as rich in nutrients and all the good things, 4 times as rich as horse or cow manure. And I always think of the cow manure as being like that's what I want to try to get my hands on when I'm growing, but it is actually better for your garden to get a hold of some rabbit manure, because it is going to be 4 times more beneficial to, well, it's a cute one, little fat little guy, as cow manure. So definitely so many benefits, just so many more benefits. It's so much more nutrient dense of a compost than any other compost just about that you're gonna get a hold of, especially for a small scale garden. It's just really easy to deal with. So if your kids have been wanting a pet, maybe instead of a cat or a dog, maybe you might even want to consider getting yourself a rabbit, because they are very cheap to feed, they're very cheap to house. They don't really require anything special, honestly, just hay and food. And they give you a lot back. So I just wanted to share that with you about our rabbit, share BunBun with you, let you see her. I always save a few of these smaller carrots like this. She especially loves the green part, just like the wild rabbit apparently did that ate all of these. But we save a few of these small ones, and we'll throw those to her to reward her for helping us grow all of this in the garden. So anyway, I wanted to share those facts about rabbit manure with you. If you have never used it, I would say give it a try. So all winter long, I will continue to just, as I clean out her cage, I'll bring it out here, just drop it on my empty beds, and it will sit there and wait for springtime. And even during the springtime, I just bring it out here and put it directly around my plants. It's easy peasy. Yeah, man, I am breaking off the tops of all of these, and I really get frustrated with that. I thought because it had rained in the last few days that these would be an easier pull than what they are, and apparently I think I must have been wrong. Alright guys, so try some rabbit manure. Don't be afraid to just throw it directly out there. You do not need to compost it. But if you do have a compost pile, one last thing I'll share with you. So you can actually just like give your compost pile a super boost by adding your rabbit manure to the compost pile if you wish. So yeah, it's really worked out well for us. I'd say our rabbit actually contributes more to our garden than our chickens or our goats do. Actually, I know so. There's another really good one. BunBun is going to be so proud. Alright guys, let's see here. I'll try to grab a little bit of our harvest here. I'll show you more here in a minute. But so we have tons of carrots, and I'm going to go pull those radishes, so I'll take you along with me, okay? Let's see here. You can see, not too bad for a late fall harvest of carrots. I'll show those better in just a minute. Alright guys, so there is the first armful of carrots. Let's go pull those radishes. I will show you also really quick, I have 2 more beds of carrots that are growing here, and I will cover those soon as our weather continues to get colder. So far we've had a frost though and a freeze, and it has not hasn't really bothered them at all. They look kind of sad in the mornings after our frost, and they keep popping right back. It hasn't really gotten cold enough to kill them off. But right here are my radishes, and I can tell that the rabbit has been in these a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and pull those too. So these are French breakfast radishes. These are actually probably my favorite radish. If you could say favorite. Radishes aren't really my favorite, but it's these. They are more elongated. They're not circular radishes like what you would usually think of. They have a little bit different flavor. I just tend to do better growing these than the others. And I don't know what it is about the just regular radishes, but they make me very itchy whenever almost like I'm being stung or having a reaction when I pull them. And I don't with these breakfast radishes, which is ouch, like right there. Like something in them hurts me. But anyway, these are the breakfast radishes. They don't do that to me. Very weird. And they just grow so well, and they are so easy to pop out. And I will have way too many of these to use up before they will go bad, so we'll have to make something with all of these radishes. But you know, my main reason for growing these is so that I can test the waters and see what grows best when. I've actually had better success with these in the fall than in the spring so far. So if you can see those, and I will be giving all the tops to my goats and chickens. Don't really know. Alright, this over here is turnip greens. That over there was all my radishes, and just that quick I harvested those. So it's getting dark out here, so you may not be able to see well, but we have plenty of radishes to do us for a little while. Take these in and get them washed up. Okay guys, so it's getting kind of dark out. I hate it getting dark out early. Hate it. But there's some of our carrots. Here's a whole big thing of radishes, and we will sort through those tomorrow. I hope you guys have a good day. See you later. Bye.